Hello and welcome to the Save Our Santa virtual escape room experience. My name's Alex. I'm one of the hosts of this experience. I'm going to give you a quick demo of how the experience works. Firstly, in terms of the format of the event, this is a fully facilitated experience hosted by one of our dedicated game hosts. Once your participants have joined the call, your host will welcome you, brief you, get you excited for the theme of the escape room. We'll then divide your group into teams of typically 4 to 8 people per team. And each team is allocated a breakout room at the start of the escape room. What this does is creates a nice collaborative environment for you to be able to work together with your colleagues in order to try and complete the escape room within the 60-minute time limit. Each team is doing exactly the same puzzles, riddles, but you don't quite know how the other teams are getting on, which creates a bit of fun seeing which team might be able to escape the fastest. Teams will be interacting with our game platform, which is held online on our game website. I'm going to show you a little bit about that now so you can get a feel for the puzzles and how the game platform works. Okay, hopefully you can now see our game platform. This is one of the game sections. So with the Save Our Santa experience, there are 3 different sections to the game. You and your team are trying to rescue Santa. He's held in the middle of a secret base, and you've got to move through a couple of different rooms in order to get to him and save him. This room is called the gallery room. The first you get to, it's full of some strange artwork. Down this left-hand side, you can see a series of different pieces of art, each of which is a different puzzle. By solving the puzzle and inputting the answer here in the answer box, you'll be able to see if you get it correct, and you also might be able to get some valuable information to be used later. So let's take this first puzzle. It says here, welcome. You've entered an art gallery. There are 5 pieces of art. And it says this first piece of art reminds me of something, but it's just a bit off. Can you identify the 7-letter password? So what participants will be able to do is click on the puzzle and it will enlarge it so that they can see it more clearly. And they'll look at this and they'll say, okay, there's a 7-letter password to be found here. It recognizes something, but it's a bit off. And if you can look closely, you'll be able to see that it looks a bit like an upside down Christmas tree. And that gives you a clue that this might be a little bit upside down. By turning your head and looking upside down, you'll be able to see that it will spell the word snowman. That 5 turns into an S at the end. Okay, so perhaps the first answer is a 7-letter password is snowman. Participants will come back to the screen and they'll type in that answer. And if it's correct, it will say correct, and it's giving you a little bit more information. Fantastic, well done. If you were to get that incorrect, and say you just put in snow, it would say invalid entry, retry. Okay, let's move on to one more puzzle, give you another little sneak preview. So moving on to the second piece of art, and it says, oh dear, it's one of those pretentious abstract paintings. But there's a note on it that might help you make sense of it. What is the word it is referring to? What is the word it is referring to? So here you've got a series of letters. You've also got this note here, and it's saying that there's rule 1, it needs to be a 5-letter word. Rule 2, it says BW, BWB, black, white, black, white, black. Rule 3, it says move W2, N1, E1. But you don't know where you got to start. Usefully, there's a little north arrow as well. So perhaps when it says move W2, N1, E1, it means west 2, north 1, east 1. If you were to do that and you were to follow the black, white, black rule, you would start with this letter H and you would move west 2, 1, 2, north 1, and then east 1. And that would give you the word holly. there's some other words hidden in there as red herrings. There's merry, there's jolly. But the only one that follows those rules is holly. And there it is, it's correct. Teams will be gathering this information at the bottom. This shape 12 sounds strange, but it makes sense towards the end. And once a team has completed a room and completed all the puzzles, they'll be in a position to input the password at the bottom left here, and they'll be able to put that password into their screen, just here. And they'll type that in accordingly, although I won't be telling you exactly what that is. Okay, so there's a little share screen, show you how few of those puzzles and how they work and how teams will be interacting with the game platform. It will take them through a lovely little journey through the top secret base of where Santa is being held. And hopefully they'll be able to find Santa in the middle of it and free him within the 60-minute time limit. There are 13 puzzles in total to crack. The question is, can your team complete it the fastest?